Me and my dad always rode motorbikes.
My daddy helped me beat Sonic too.
I like traveling with my dad.
One of my favorite memories with my kids is taking them on errands when they were young. Saturday was my day, and I really enjoyed taking them to the library, taking them to Superstore to get a free cookie, going for adventures, going to the park, and we've continued to do that. The price of the treats has gotten a little more expensive, so the girls and I go to see theater and music, different things like that. And Ethan and I go to lots of sporting events and stuff, and so that's a lot of fun to do that.
I've been a motorcycle enthusiast my entire life, since I was about 6 years old.
He rode motorbikes when he was younger and absolutely loved it and wanted to pass it on to me.
By this time, he had been riding with me. He would use the throttle himself, so he was kind of getting used to it that way.
And I always just got to do a little throttle until the big day came.
Finally, we got to the point where, okay, I want him to ride by himself, all by himself. Took him out to a field, a road.
My dad was on the side with the camera. He was all ready.
Trying to get him encouraged, trying to get him going, okay, buddy, you got this.
I was like, okay. Whew, this is freaky.
So I'm helping him, I push him along.
I started going and I felt I was going 200 miles an hour, but I was just creeping along.
Here I am trying to run beside him. I'm not in shape. I'm huffing and puffing and trying to keep up with him, and I got the camera and it's swinging back and forth.
Actually, he was probably just like walking beside me, just taking a film. I had my little shark helmet on and I was like looking around.
We did that a couple more times. So in his 6-year-old voice, he just said, "Daddy, thank you for teaching me how to ride."
It felt very comforting that my dad was there.
I just melted, absolutely melted.
Proudest I've ever been of Jamie so far is when he, at the tender age of 3 years old, beat Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis. That's a game that I couldn't beat as a kid. It was way too hard, and I watched him play and I thought, oh, he's gonna die and get frustrated. No, he made his way through Emerald Hill Zone. He made his way through the Chemical Plant Zone, Casino Nights, Mystic Cave. He got all the way and he got to Mecha Sonic, and he kept dying, but he just kept trying and trying.
I had to beat that Metal Sonic and that robot.
It's really hard to hit Mecha Sonic. You have to hit him right in his forehead because he's got spikes on his head. You've got to do these very fine motor skills, and he was nailing it. The robot.
He shooted his hands.
You know, I gave him a few pointers, told him about some of the patterns he had to watch out for.
When he goes, you have to hit him to jump. I hit him 12 times. Then when he goes, you have to hit him and then he explodes like, then you have to run after the fire. Then we jumped on the airplane.
And after about 30 tries, he was victorious. Something I couldn't do till I was well into my late teens at least.
I was 3 years old. Then I turned 4 years old.
If you don't know how hard that is, you go try playing Sonic 2. It's extremely difficult. Who told you how to do that?
You.
One of the most memorable trips that we took was to Houston to go see the Final Four college basketball. Went with my brother and with Ethan.
We saw one of the greatest finals of all time. We saw like a buzzer beater shot to win it all.
Did a food tour, drove around Houston, it's a massive city. I remember the massive breakfast that we had one day on Saturday.
When the shot was hit, the buzzer beater, 0 seconds left on the clock, we were all screaming and standing up and going crazy. It was a crazy moment. It's like known as one of like the best like buzzer beater shots ever, and we got to see it live.
And it was just so much fun to be there and experiencing a fantastic game with Ethan too. So it was really good.
What's rewarding about being a father? Well, just watching Evan grow into a man of God. I don't know if I even had an expectation, but having said that, it's over and above, absolutely. We love spending time together.
You start seeing the child is happy and he loves you, and you're teaching him things and he's learning and he's enjoying spending time with you. It's just so amazingly gratifying. Biggest sources of joy I've ever had. Highly recommend being a parent when and if you are ready. Listen, if you touch again, you're going upstairs. Do you understand? Teaching your son lessons like that, very important. I think it's how we're created to be.
He's very hardworking, and he always gives equal amount of love and appreciation for all my siblings. He'll fill my fridge up with Dr. Pepper all the time, and you know he'll get Abby snacks and Cassidy snacks, so it's nice. He makes sure we know that we're loved in just the little ways, and specifically for each of us.
My dad was really important to me, shaping me and my faith and the way that I deal with life. So I want to do that for my kids as well.
I think fathers have a really big role in modeling, especially for boys. I was just reading a study the other day that said that children, especially young boys, developing empathy is really dependent on whether or not they have an involved father in their life, or a male guardian who takes an interest with them and models that behavior.
My father, I remember him, he was always there for me, no matter what. He was a very gentle man, he was very patient. He would always go to my motocross races or take me here, take me there, whatever it was. I'm blessed to have him. He's still here today at 82 or 83 years old, so happy Father's Day, Dad.
I think it's important to celebrate dads because sociologists tell us that as the father goes, so goes the family. They really set the tone for the faith life and the emotional health of the family and the kids especially. So I do think it's good to celebrate dads, to encourage them to continue to be men of faith because that affects everything.
His work ethic, whenever there's overtime, he always does it, no matter what. If he's tired, if he has other stuff to do, he comes in when he's sick. He comes in when one time he really hurt his toe, but he came into work anyways. Whenever he didn't want to do it, he did it anyways, and that's something that I really admire. Even though you don't want to do it, you have to do it, and there's benefits from doing it. And I see that in my dad a lot.
Mom can't pick Jamie up anymore. I still can. Hopefully I'll be able to throw him around for another couple years. I can still do it.